Hello everybody, here we are again. So tutorial number 2. As promised, it's on eyeliner and eyelashes. As you can tell, I have none on one side, so it's probably a dead giveaway. So to start out with, I always do all of my makeup before I do my eyeliner and eyelashes, for obvious reasons. It's just they get in the way when you're trying to put your eyeshadow on and all that good stuff. So let that be the last thing except for blush. Blush and highlighter is usually my actual last thing because I like to go out into different light to put my highlighter on. I don't necessarily want to do my highlighter in this kind of lighting. I want to go outside and kind of see where the sun's going to hit me. So to start out with, I'm going to talk to you about the lashes because I put my lashes on before my eyeliner, and that may seem kind of weird, but I'll show you why. It'll make sense. So first things first, you're going to get an eyelash. This eyelash is not the right size for me, so I always end up cutting off a lot. Because if you look at my eyelashes, I don't like to take them all the way over, and I do that on purpose. If I'm going to go to an event where I really want to have those bold eyelashes, then I will. I'll use the big fluffy ones that go all the way over. And but for everyday look, I don't. And I really like to have the eyelashes to swoop out a little further than my actual eye is, because it elongates my eye, makes my eye look bigger than it is. You can actually look, if you just look at my eyes, clearly this one looks like it's a much bigger eye than my other one. And as I've mentioned before in my last tutorial, is the older that we get, the corner of our eye starts turning down. You know, there was a time when it was turning up, and that ship has sailed. So we are now getting creative with making things look the way you want them with an illusion such as an eyelash. So this eyelash, I know for myself, I need to cut it a certain place, but you need to practice that for yourself. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna put it on. Just kind of pop it. Okay, that's clearly too much, right? Because keep in mind, I don't want my eyelash to go all the way over. If you wanted to wear your eyelash all the way over, well, this might work out perfectly fine. Another good tip that I want to show you is I use tweezers for everything, for absolutely everything. I don't like having my finger that close to my eye, and so this gives me a little more control. So looking at it, I can tell that this is going to need to be trimmed back quite a bit. So, but this may be a look that you're going for, and like I will do it like that for when I'm really wanting to go someplace real fancy. So I know I'm going to have to cut off these corners. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll get started on showing you how to put them on. So another really good trick I'm going to tell you guys about is I'll take my micellar water and I will put it on a Q-tip, just on the end of it, just to really get it nice and wet. And then I use that because when you do your lashes enough times, even though I clean these after every use, they get a little sticky. So if you do that and you just keep that Q-tip handy, you won't have to worry about it sticking. Now another thing that I'm going to show you, and this is really important, is I like Duo. You can get it anywhere. It's a nice, easy one. You can get it at Target, Walmart, Walgreens, Ulta. Everybody has it. I think you almost could get it at the bank, like the Reese's commercial says. Seriously, this stuff is available everywhere. So I like it, and I like to get the white. They have a clear one, but I like the white. I like to see where it's at, so I know that it's where I want it to be. So we will, you know, some folks like to put this on their eye. The only downside of putting this directly on your eye is some of the bacteria will get on this from on your skin in the bottle, So you want to try to avoid that if you can. Sometimes I've had to do it just to touch up where a corner had come up. But if you have to do that, honestly, you might as well just throw the bottle away, because you're going to get all kinds of bacteria in there. So I am going to just put it on the edges here. Now I will tell you, you're going to want to put a lot. And the reason is the more you put, believe it or not, it really holds up longer. So I really douse it, and I spend an extra amount of time really focusing on those corners, making sure that the corners have enough. So I've got quite a bit of product on there. You can see it. It's quite a bit there. You can see where I put a little extra on the corners. So now the next thing is that I've got my Q-tip here because I'm going to be using that periodically to dampen that so it doesn't stick. You're going to want to dry this a little bit. Just kind of, the idea is to get it tacky because the wetter it is, it just takes longer to dry, and that gives your corners a chance to lift. And the cool thing about the one that I use, this Duo, the white, is it does dry invisible. So you know kind of when you've let it dry just enough. I think I could just talk here in front of it because I've got so much hot air that it's gonna dry it without me blowing. But anyway, so looking at this lash, you can see that I started right about there, all right? So I tapped it on, and you can see how you can still see the white. I'm gonna let it set for a second because it's not quite tacky enough. So I'm going to try to put my corner down right here first. I always do the inside corner first. And the reason being is because I like my lash to come out a little bit further, but that center part is always the hardest for me. I don't know why, but it is. It's always hard for me to get it exactly where I want. And I can always pull on it a little bit and it'll slide on the outside if that's not where it needs to be. But here's something I want to show you guys. And this is something that most makeup artists will tell you is a no-no, and that is to not follow your lash line. Well, most of those makeup artists are They're 4 years old, and their eyes are perfect. And I'm 45, and they're not. So I'm going to tell you really what us 45-year-old women do. So I've got that one pretty good and secure, and I'll use this end, and I'll just kind of make sure those lashes up underneath there are kind of pushed up with that. Okay, now if you look right here, you can see there is clearly space between my lid and the lash. It's on purpose. So I'm just gonna make sure. So once I get it there, I'm happy with where it's at. Again, I've got my micellar water, so I always just kind of wipe off my little tweezers there. Okay, so now what I'll do just to make sure it's nice and dry, I just kind of tap it, tap, and push that part up. Okay. Once I feel comfortable and confident that that's nice and dry, then I'm going to go in with my eyeliner. I found a new eyeliner that I really, really like. It's called One Size. You can get it at Ulta. I like it a lot. It's kind of a one-size-fits-all product line, and they've got just a plethora of things. They've got primer. They've got all kinds of goodies. And I thought I'd try the eyeliner because it's got such a nice thin felt tip, and that's really important, and I'm going to show you why. You need something really fine and detailed like this one is. You can see how I used to make fun of people for putting their hand up behind it. Now I get it. Like, you can't, like, this does help because look how white my girl needs a tan, clearly. But anyway, so in between here's a little bit of a deficit between my lash and my eyelash that I put in my natural lash. So I like to just go up in there, and I'm just going to tap this in just to fill in that deficit because I don't want people to know all my secrets. So I'm going to just kind of tap that in there until I feel like it's nice and put on there. Okay. So the next thing we're going to talk about is your eyeliner. So eyeliner is an enhancement, not to cover up anything. It's an enhancement. So you have to think about, what's my target? Is it to have my eye go up or down? If you're over the age of 30, your goal should always go up. Really, anybody, their goal should be to go up. And so I am going to start my eyeliner at a point where I think is too far, because every single time I have started my point where I thought it should be, it's been too low. So it's gonna feel really weird. And if you look at this one, you see what I'm talking about. Like, look how high that is. Like, you know, normally I'd put it over down in here somewhere because I think, oh, look, it's a nice line. No, friend, we're reaching for the stars when it comes to eyeliner. So I'm going to start right about there. And I think that's right? So that's where we're gonna go with. So I always start on the outside of my iris. So when you're looking in the mirror and you're trying to decide where to start turning up your point, I look at my iris. So my iris is right there, so that tells me I'm going to start right about there. And I'm just going to start by lining the lid, and then see where that point is. I'm going to take this part and I'm going to start trying to meet him. Hey friend, see, we met. It's perfect. And so that's where we are with that liner. You're like, but it doesn't look right. I know, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make it look awesome. So I've got that top part done. Just gonna kind of make sure he's nice and filled in. Now, got the top line. I'm going to connect it to my lower corner. And this part you wanna touch exactly where that corner of your eye is. So I'm gonna tap that in and just make them meet. Simple as that, you can kind of see. This is weird, trying to look in a mirror and look at this. It's kind of weird, but I kind of like it. So we're gonna just fill all that in with this, and I'm not concerned with it being perfect at all. And this is why. I always go over my eyeliner with eyeshadow. It helps set it. It gets rid of the tackiness that you're gonna get from your eyelash glue. It gets rid of that, so you don't have to worry about things sticking where you don't want them to stick. One of my all-time favorite palettes is Urban Decay's Naked Reloaded. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because all you care about is getting a dark brown. So that's the one I like. This one's called Endgame. Oh, and it is. It's the Endgame on my eyes. Okay, well, there we go. Anyway, I'm going to pick up my little, and I think I mentioned to you last time, I love Anastasia brushes. So I get extras. I love to use them for all things eyes, brows, whatever. So I like to use this nice little angled brush, and you just tap it in. Keep in mind, you need to be conservative on the front end because the fallout can get all over your face, and then we don't want to have to go back and do all that correction. So now I've got my brown on there, and I'm going to just start tapping in at my eyeline down there at my lid, my lower part of my lid. I feel like there's more technical words for this stuff, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna follow it, and literally I'm going all over that eyeliner. Oh, see, fallout, it's a real thing. And then I'm gonna do the same thing up underneath here, but the funny thing about underneath is I go under where the eyeliner is, and I kind of blend it up in with it. Because the idea is to blend everything out. You want it to be nice and blended out. You don't necessarily want to see, oh, for the love of everything good in the world, did you see just what happened? Oh well, it's an eyeliner tutorial. Y'all don't care about all that mess up, right? Okay, good. So we're going to take it all the way over. So when I get over to the corners of my eye, I will take my eyeliner. You just want to kind of make a match. So just putting a little there because you don't want it half done because it will look half done. You really want to put that extra effort into finishing all of your corners, dotting your I's and crossing your T's when it comes to your eyeliner. And so there we have it. The only thing I would do on the end is, of course, mascara, and also NYX makes a really good little white eyeliner. When I'm gonna do this on my watermark in my eye, you gotta be really careful. If you go too heavy on this, first of all, it looks very cakey. And second of all, it gets in your eye. You'll get little flecks in your eye and your eyes will be irritated all day long, so. You guys ever notice how we make some of the most weird faces when we put eyeliner on? It's like I don't know why we do that, but everybody does it. So I'm gonna just ignore that part of me. So, and I like to go all the way over into my corner right here. And I just kind of blend it out with my nail. I don't know that I recommend that for everybody, but it doesn't seem to bother me. Hopefully it doesn't bother you either, because it really does blend it out really good. Lastly, we're gonna take our mascara, and you can clean your eyelashes, so don't be afraid to get a little bit of mascara on them. They clean, they wash. You should be able to use your lashes for at least 3 goes. So just going to follow up underneath, and what it does is it makes your lashes blend in with your natural lashes and makes it more believable, right? Because nobody's born with these, and if they are, I haven't met them yet. So, and then you just want to do the same thing on the underneath. Put a little mascara up under there. And voila. This one's fresh. That's what this one looked like this morning when I put it on. So this is what happens by the end of the day, is you end up losing all of that nice pigment that you had on your eyes. So there you go, guys. It's easy peasy stuff, nothing crazy. Obviously, if you have any questions, comment below. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. I didn't talk to you about which lashes. I usually get them in packs of 8, or it's 4 sets, and I get them. They're a Kiss brand. There's so many eyelash brands, and there's no wrong brand for you. There's no wrong lash for you, except for too big. I will tell you that. Sometimes you can get some lashes that look like tarantulas. Those may not fit you. They may not fit me. You know, I don't like to have a lash so long that it tickles the top of my eyelid. It's kind of where I go, is if it tickles the top of my eyelid, I get my little handy dandy cuticle scissors out and I start clipping them. But there you go, a lash and a brow and some eyeliner will go a long way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Give me some ideas of what else you wanna know about. Next week, I'm going to do a tutorial on eyeshadow. We're gonna do eyeshadow. I'm gonna show you how you start out with a day look, and you can run home or even just take a few things in your purse for a night look if you're going somewhere after work. And I'm gonna show you how you can transition from a day to a night look in about 30 seconds. So easy peasy, fun stuff. This has been really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.